What's up, y'all? What's up? This is your Killing Me Smalls with another episode. What's up, Sam?
Sam?
What's up? What's up? How you doing today?
I'm good, my
I'm
boy.
good, my boy. I'm good. I'm good. How's your week been?
Man, my week was pretty damn good. I'm tired. They tell you, look, all those people out here telling you, go be an entrepreneur. They said, go do your thing. They said, don't work for the man. Don't work for the white man. So that's what I'm doing, but that's just tough. So I had to go all the way to Siler City the other day to do a shoot for Walmart. That was pretty dope. I did some shoot for them and their some event they were planning. It was a 2-hour drive out there. We went the wrong way. It was a whole issue. I just got paid for it, even though that was 4 days ago. Yeah, so we out here grinding. It's been a long week. I know you said you kind of had one of those weeks as well.
Yeah.
Something happened
With my dog, so I had to make sure she had to come. She was sick.
good.
My dog.
Yeah,
We'll get on that in a different time.
But
other than that, I feel the whole working for the white man.
I
I think I'm entering a phase of where I want to quit my job
and just take a
and
risk
just
out
take a
on
risk
faith
out of
and
state
worry about the
podcast and
focus on
focus on something else that I want to, to get started.
Very
Very
ambitious
ambitious
lately. And I also have another
I have another
goal
goal
that I
that
want to achieve sometime at the
What's
end
that
of
goal?
this year.
Because it's the new year. I mean, people always say January is the new year, but I'm a big person about spirituality. Spring is that new year. It's the new year. So just talk about your goals. You need to say it out loud. So, what's your goals?
So I've always
wanted
to
to
open up my own
clothing brand.
I mean, do my
I mean,
own
do my
clothing
own
brand.
clothing brand.
That's been
That's
my
been like
goal,
my goal, my
since I
dream
was a
since
little
I was
kid. I
a kid.
can't even lie to
Can't even
you.
lie to you.
I've always
I've
saw
always
myself
saw
as
myself
designing shirts,
designing
designing
shirts,
hats, and
and
putting
of course
smalls
putting
on it. I
small.
really don't like
Really don't like
Singleton. Singleton is
Singleton.
my
Singleton is
father's
my
name.
father's name.
Smalls is my
Small
mother's
is my mother's
maiden name,
maiden
and I
name,
go
and
by
go by
Smalls
Smalls
on any
on
social
any
media.
social media.
Nothing against my
Nothing
father
against
or
my
nothing like that.
father.
I'm just more in tune with my mother's side than anything. Not so more
Not so
lately.
more lately.
Well, I mean, I'm the only Smalls. I need another Smalls.
Exactly.
Because if you get
So
married, are you gonna give your wife the Smalls or the Singleton name?
oh, definitely
oh,
Smalls.
definitely
That's
Smalls.
what I'm saying. So we
There
need
would
that.
never
So we
ever be
need
a
that.
Singleton.
So
again.
yeah,
So yeah, it would never ever be another Singleton.
So
So yeah.
So that's
So
one
that's
of the goals that
one of the
I'm
goals
looking
that I'm
into.
looking
No, that's
into.
dope.
I
I
definitely
definitely
want
want
to
to
put my
put
all
my
into
all
it.
into it. I already started working on designs like months ago, but haven't done anything with them. So I'm thinking about redesigning, some stuff,
and
and
probably
probably just try to get the confidence levels to really like do what I need to do, purchase the things that I need to purchase, and try to get it out there. And I feel like us doing this podcast, definitely help promote because I'll just start wearing the gear or whatever. That's something I've been,
Honestly,
I've really
if
been
you
working
save up
on.
500, you can get a you save up $500, you can start a brand easily and make that back easy. So that's not a problem. Get your design right. There's a lot of places you can go on right now that will actually design everything for you for free. So I mean, honestly, I think you look. Yeah, I think you got it. Because I was actually trying to start a little brand myself. I have a good idea for one too. Maybe we can collaborate on ours as well. But
Because our minds it fluctuates together.
yeah,
So
we cousins, we family. That's what
exactly. So
happens.
it works. So that might be something. But yeah, because I'm tired of working for the white man too. I'm tired of clocking in on the white man's dime and time. I'm tired of answering to the white man. So I just feel like I'm entering a new chapter of my life to where I'm getting tired of doing white man says. I'm just ready to be my own boss, ready to stand on my own too.
I mean, that's exactly how I feel, and that's the reason why I even took that leap to go with my photography because it's my passion, something I always love to do. But I mean, all these corporate jobs, corporate emails, stupid ass meetings, I just can't do it anymore. And then also being able to do something. So if me and me and Arsena, we get grants, we get all these different things. We're trying to travel, we're trying to build something, and I really just don't want to have to anybody. I'm not trying to make fun of anybody or put anybody down, whatever. But there's just something about being a man and then like asking another man if I can go do something.
And
Something about that. I hate asking for time off or hey, I'm not feeling well, so I got to call in and then have that anxious feeling of like, am I even doing it? What if somebody takes my position or what if someone's going? I hate that, so I don't even want to deal with that. I'd rather work for myself, do my own, put myself in my family, my household. So that's what I'm trying to do. Every money that we do all the time and energy and resources that I put out for myself is for my household, for me and mine, So that was my goal last year, and I'm glad I'm actually taking that leap and doing it. It's fucking tough though. I ain't even gonna they don't talk to you about how tough it is being an entrepreneur, like how the struggle, just figuring out the next pay. I mean, that shit like that's tough, bro. Like,
and you right. That's why I said
right.
like,
That's
and I
why I
want to
said
give
like, and I
my,
want to
my
give
cousin a
my
shout out
cousin a shout
because
out because
like he stated like episodes before we are
episodes before
first
we are first
cousins. We
cousins. We
practically watch each
practically
other
watch each other
grow up,
grow up.
and I've
so
seen
what?
him
2 years older than you?
Yeah, he's 2 years older
He's
than
2
me.
years older than
I'm the
me.
youngest
I'm
out
the
of
youngest out
all
of all
the top
the
three.
top
So
three.
I've
So
seen him
I've
grow.
seen
I've
him
seen him
grow. I've
fall,
seen him
and
fall, and
proud
I'm
of
really
the
proud
man that
of the
he
man that
is. Like
he is. Like
he got his own crib. He got a
crib. He got
a woman by
a
his
woman
side that
by his
actually
side that
helps him
actually
grow.
helps him grow.
And this is a
And this
different
is a
life that I'm
different life that
seeing him
I'm
in.
seeing him
So
in. So
he's actually
he's actually
motivating me.
motivating
He don't
me.
know
He
this,
don't
but
know
he
this, but he
motivates me
motivates
to be
me
a better
to be a
person
better
just to get
person
my
just to
That's
shit
get
dope.
my
right.
shit right.
So every time
So
I
every
come
time
over
I
and I
come
see him
over and I
doing
see
good,
him doing good,
it's a step
it's a
closer for me
step
to
closer
get
for
to
me to get to
the place that I
the
want to
place
be
that I
in
want to
life
be
and be
in
like, you
life
know
and be
what,
like,
one
you know
day
what, one
I'll
day
get my
I'll
shit
get
right,
my
and
shit right,
me
and
and him will
me and
just
him
he'll
will
know
just
like,
he'll know like,
you've been my the drive to
the
keep me
drive to
going
keep
because
me
I
going
That's
see
because I
where
dope.
you
just see where
were,
you
I see
were,
where you are
see where
now,
you
and I
are
see where
now,
you're
and I see
going.
where you're
So
going.
cool.
Cool.
Applaud to you, my
Applaud
boy,
to you,
for
my
really
boy, for really
being
being
standing
Yo,
up on
but
your
you
standing up on
gotta
your
get
own
you
two
gotta
feet,
get
bro.
your
And I respect that, bro.
respect
I
that.
you
respect
said
that.
something in the beginning there. You got a good woman by your side, man. That's I mean
Most
that was the
definitely,
Most
key.
definitely,
So
you do, and I feel like that
she
helps.
really has
She
helped
really
me.
has helped me
Like
grow.
all
Like
the little chicken
all the
heads
little
we used
chicken
to
heads we
have,
used to have.
Arsene is
Arsene is
probably the
probably
best
the
one, and
best one, and
why
the
they gotta
one
be
that I
chicken
love.
heads? I mean they
I
were,
mean, because
but I mean we ain't gotta talk about them
I
no
seen
more.
how you work with
We
them,
lived
and I see
together
how
for a
you
couple
are.
of years.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You observe how he treats the chicken head that come through.
Arsene was never
Arsene was
like
never
that.
like
So
that. So
I
I
love
love
the passion
the
that she
passion that
gives
she
you and the
gives you
drive
and
that
the
she gives
drive
you to
that she
be a
gives you to
better
be a
man.
better man.
Because without
Because
her,
without her,
go tell him
go
what would have
tell him
happened
what
I
to
would
him.
mean
have
I
happened
would
to
still
him.
be good.
I
Let's not do that. I would still I'm still that
want to
nigga.
give you your flowers.
I'm
You
still that
deserve your
nigga.
flowers. You definitely deserve your flowers, my boy.
Thank you,
But
thank you. And like I said, I'm
when you have a good woman on your side, it's easy because you know what you got to do. You
Nobody
don't
else
want
has. So
nobody
you
else.
really
So
got to
you really
put
got
your
to
shit
put your
together
shit together
to
to
do
do
right by
right
her.
by
And
her. And I
I applaud
applaud
you
you
because
because
like that's motivation
that's
for me to
motivation
do
for me to
right.
do right.
Motivation for
Motivation
anybody
for
else out
anybody
there.
else
Like
out there.
we
Like
all black,
we
we
all
all
black, we all
trying,
trying,
and
and
like he said,
like
it's
he
hard
said,
out
it's
here,
hard out
being an
here, being an
entrepreneur.
entrepreneur.
Kudos to you, my
Kudos to
boy.
you, my boy.
Hey, appreciate that. Appreciate that. But
Definitely.
we out here, man. Like I said, and we doing this podcast thing. That's a good lead. We're actually taking what we wanted to do and putting work into it. That's what I love about it. We talked about it a few weeks ago. Well, exactly 7 weeks ago. We talked about it, and then boom, we're here 5 weeks in. We've already put out 5 episodes. Well, we filmed 5 episodes, put out 3 episodes. Because we trying. Like I said, we're all doing. Like I said, I'm an entrepreneur. We're also trying to learn all this different shit together because it's a lot. I didn't realize. People say like just turn on your camera, you start a podcast, but it's actually there's a little bit more to it. There's a little bit more to it. So
The content that you want to talk about, researching, especially if you want to do a sports podcast, you got a research
He's
game.
actually
He's
taught
actually
me how
taught
to
me how
research
to
a lot more
research a
again.
lot
Don't
more
just
games.
go
Don't
off of
just
like
go off of
what you think
what
you
you
might
think
know.
you
So
might
he's
know.
actually
So he's
also taught
actually
me how
also
to
taught me how to
research game. That's why I
research game.
started
That's why I
researching
started
the Thunder
researching the
game,
Thunder
definitely
game,
the Dallas
definitely the
Mavericks
Dallas
game,
Mavericks game,
keeping up with a lot
keeping
of
up with a lot
key
of
players.
key
You know
players.
what I'm saying? Like
I
I'm
was saying
learning a
like
lot
I'm
from
learning
him
a
as
lot
we
from
do
him as
this,
we do this,
and
and
all we gotta do is
all we
just
got to
keep
do is
growing.
just keep growing. Y'all got to
we out here trying. I mean, speaking of the NBA, though, it's been a lot going on this week. So
hell yes.
you want to get
You
into
want to get
that
into
later, or
that
you
later, or you
I
want
want to talk
to?
about that shit now because it is a little bit weird how things are kind of shaking up right now, especially in the West. Like I said, those first two positions are simple. Thunder and Rockets, I think, are going to be locked in for the next few weeks, next couple months. But it is kind of crazy what Lakers, Grizzlies, Warriors are doing. And right now, what the Timberwolves are doing. Timberwolves are playing really good. They're playing that weird level of basketball where they're still losing games they shouldn't be losing, but for some reason they're still pushing their head forward and getting games out. And they're in that 7th seed right now, which is pretty impressive right now to me, honestly, because I was not expecting them to be in the 7th seed. Not at all, but they are.
Speaking of the Timberwolves and the Pistons, they actually just had a whole scruffle where 7 players, including both coaches, were ejected.
Mm-hmm.
So what
is your take on that?
I like
Because
it.
I like it
I
too.
like it
I
too.
like it.
And the reason why I think we both like it is because it's right around the corner of playoffs,
We know
and
this is
we know this is
playoff basketball.
playoff basketball. The
The
Timberwolves
Timberwolves
need
need
to
to
win
win
this
this
game
game
just
just because
because
of
of
seed.
seed.
They
They
are
are
behind the Warriors,
behind
and
the
I do
Warriors, and I do
believe
believe
because I
because I
drew a little
drew a
map.
little map.
Like I
Like
stated,
I
if
stated, if
Memphis
Memphis
loses tonight,
loses
and then if they
tonight, and
lose
if they lose
the
tomorrow,
Warriors
the
will
Warriors
secure
will secure
fifth seed,
fifth
and I
seed,
do
and I
believe
do
the
believe the
Timberwolves will make
Timberwolves
it to
will make it
sixth,
to sixth,
and Grizzlies
and
will drop
Grizzlies
to
will drop
seventh
to seventh
or eighth.
or
I
eighth.
could be
I
You
could
wrong.
be
thinking the
wrong.
Grizzlies are gonna drop all the way to the 7th or 8th seed just in the next few weeks?
It happens.
It
Look at the
happens because
Clippers.
look
The
at the
Clippers
Clippers. The
was just
Clippers
number
was just number
six.
six.
They dropped
They
down to
dropped
number
down to
eight
number eight
after
after
two
after two
losses, and
losses.
they lost
They lost
to
I mean, they
to
got the Heat, the Pistons, and then they got the Hornets. So they're gonna beat the Hornets. They should beat the Heat. Let's hope. They should beat the Hornets. They should be. Yeah, it's gonna be these next few weeks is gonna be deciding factor because their last few games. It's up and down. No, it's up and down because they got a Pistons team that they could probably beat. They can beat the
Cade
Hornets.
Cunningham is not playing because that's another thing I'm getting into.
I think that's the only reason why the
Timberwolves did win this game because Cade Cunningham wasn't playing. They had no Cade. They was out of another two
key players.
I need it.
Which is okay. The Pistons can lose and still be okay in the playoffs. The next still be in the playoffs. What was also key to this game is that no Pistons starters were in the plus side. All Pistons starters was in negative of this game. You had Malik Beasley with 24 points, 8 for 18 from the field goal, 6 from 13 from the 3-point line, and he was
negative 14 on the court.
You got Tim
Hardaway, 20 points, 5 for 14, field goal,
3 to 8
3-point. He was negative 15 on the court.
You talking about the game against the
Timberwolves? Yeah, definitely against the Timberwolves.
That's how it works. So, I mean, when Cade, we understand how important Cade is when Cade's sitting out. I'm not gonna take too much out. He was getting some rest, some well needed rest. I'm not too worried about it. And that was the Timberwolves really needed that win more than they really needed that win.
They needed that win more than Pistons. The Pistons would have still beat them
without
Cade and playing with the players they play with all negative. I would be more concerned for the Timberwolves than I was for the Pistons.
Just because y'all got all your key players and y'all are losing to the team that has negative on the court would be very concerning. So my question is with the Pistons and the Timberwolves, do you think either one is in the East, one's in the West? Do you think either one of these teams are first round?
I mean, it really depends. It's hard to say right now because for me, I think because with the Pistons, let's say the Pistons played right now, they're playing the Bucks. I don't think they have enough to beat the Bucks right now. I think it really shows you just how much they need Cade and how they need Cade to be playing well. During the playoffs, everybody's gonna that coverage becomes even more. So those simple plays and how you can do they don't work like they do in the regular season, like they do in the playoffs. It's gonna be completely different. So I think it really depends on who they're playing. I think if they're playing someone like the Hawks, if they can kind of squeak into that second or third, which they won't, they could probably get out the first round. But no, I mean right now I just don't see them beating the Bucks. And then when it comes to the Timberwolves again, it really depends because I'm not going to put anything past Anthony Edwards right now. He went through a tough last year. Went far in the playoffs last year.
He did.
So it's like losing those tough games at the end, being tired, and then coming back this year with a better 3-point, with a better. He worked on his fucking game. That's what I love to see, especially from these young players. Him being as explosive he is, him shooting the way he's shooting right now. I don't know. They could beat the Rockets. I mean, that's the thing. Like the way the Rockets, how young the Rockets are, they could get out of the first round. But I do think the Rockets are a better team overall.
Yes, the Rockets, like you stated a couple of episodes, the Rockets were playing
good, and
I do feel like the Rockets
will be a huge sneaky little threat in the playoffs.
I really want to see the Rockets versus Memphis the first round. Even if we get them in the second round,
I just think that overall
game,
that overall series is going to be amazing. Because you got Ja, you got.
Yeah, but they won't be that. I think the Grizzlies and the Warriors are going to be locked in where they are.
5 and 6.
I don't think it's going to do much change in here because the way even with the Warriors are playing the rest of the season, the Lakers and Grizzlies are going to be two tough games.
That's going to be
the Nuggets is going to be a tough game, and Rockets is going to be a tough game. They should beat the Suns. They should beat the Spurs again. They should be the Trailblazers, and the Clippers are going to be iffy. So that's what I'm saying. This is going to be a lot of teams have a lot of tough. So I think they're going to be probably in that 6, 7 seed. To be honest with you.
Yeah, they definitely have a tough schedule. I didn't realize how tough the Warriors schedule last couple of games they were. So normally I don't hope for teams to lose for the Warriors to get a nice seeding, but just for purposes of them avoiding the play-in, I definitely would like to see the Grizzlies drop to 6 and the Warriors go to 5.
They had that 5 seed. I mean, I guess they didn't lose those. They lost those 2 tough games. If they didn't lose those games, they would have had it.
And it was crazy with them losing those 2 tough games, like, because
D'Angelo stated earlier, their ceiling isn't too, their ceiling is not too high if Curry isn't playing. And those were the 2 games that Curry wasn't playing. It was very disappointing.
They should have not lost to the Hawks.
They definitely shouldn't have lost to the Hawks. That was very disappointing that they lost to the Hawks. And they lost to another team I just didn't think they should have lost to. To be honest, they shouldn't have lost to any 2 teams.
In the Heat. They lost to the Hawks.
Especially the Heat. Jimmy Butler should have dropped 40 points easily. So
that definitely does concern me to know that the reason why they're in this position, they could have had 5th. That they're in this position because of those 2 games. So the Warriors do have a tough road on their hands, and I'm gonna leave it at that with them. They did defeat the Spurs 148 to 106. Brandon Porzingis had 27 points, 9 for 14 from the field. Moses Moody 20 points, 3 from 6 from the 3-point.
Moody.
Buddy Hield 19 points going off the bench. That was really good. He was plus 30. Buddy Hield is going to be the secret to the Warriors playoff
because he's coming off the bench and he's very productive.
He got real cold these last few couple months. He started out the season real hot, was doing really well, but then he just kind of fizzled out these last few months. But I don't know what
I don't need him to do that. I need him to be completely focused because when the beginning of the season started, that was my fear when they signed Buddy Hield that he would be good in the beginning, but towards the middle he was just going to start and decline, and that's exactly what happened. So I really want him to find his mojo. He needs to find it at the right time because we're going to need him because I do believe between him and Jonathan Kuminga, they are going to be in a rotation for the 6 coming off the bench at the 6th man. So I definitely need him to be more consistent on points, more consistent on your field goal, and more consistent on the 3-point. He was 3 for 6 in the first game. He was plus 30 on the point on the floor, which is really good. I just need him to be more consistent when he's
the game, baby.
Moving forward.
I really want to talk about these injuries that he had. These injuries are crazy.
That's what happens at the end of the season. That's what it's all about. Who's healthy when we get into the playoffs? Because that's the key.
But LaMelo is always.
Yeah, but we're not worried about that. He's doing big time surgery right now in his wrist and his ankle to be able to reset. They're trying to correct all these issues that he's having. So if he kind of go through the same thing that Steph did, because Steph's ankles are real good now. People in the beginning thought Steph was about to be a bust because of his ankles.
I remember that.
And he was still able to break all the records he was able to break. So I do think if he can get his ankles right, get that wrist right, whatever the issues that he's having, and trust me, I have a left shoulder. My shoulder is like done. So I get like having a reoccurring injury over and over and over. And that's how the ankles, those joints and things like that. That's kind of how that works when they get kind of those that's just how it works. So hope he gets some recorrective surgery. I mean, it's the way that the medical field has gone these last few years for these players is getting kind of crazy. So I hope he does come back much better, stronger. He needs to get in the fucking weight room. I think if he gets in the weight room, lifts, really takes his body serious, it'd be completely different. But there's a lot of injuries. I mean, KD went down.
Yeah, KD went down. They're actually talking about shutting KD down. And I don't think they should because the Suns they can really sneak into the playoffs as well.
No, it's pointless.
It is.
I don't want them to take a spot. Like I don't think the Mavericks deserve it. But I would rather see the Mavericks in the playoffs. And I know a couple weeks back I said all of our greats need to be in the playoffs, but I want that team. I want them to not make it now so they can blow that fucking team up. Get it out. Be done with it.
I do think that team needs to blow up.
I mean, I'm sick of
Be done
seeing
with it.
Bradley
Bradley
Beal,
Beal,
Devin
Devin
Booker,
Booker,
and
and
KD
KD
on
on
the
the
same
same
team
team
because
because
that
that
team
team
has
has
not
not
gone
gone
anywhere.
anywhere.
No
No
disrespect to all
disrespect
three
to all
players,
three players,
but it's been
but
the
it's been the
KD,
KD,
Devin Booker
Devin
story
Booker
since
story
he left the
since he left the
Nets,
Nets,
and
and
Kyrie and
Kyrie
James.
and James.
I am ready
I
to
am
see the
ready to
Suns
see the
blow up
Suns
too.
blow up
So
too.
I
So
do think they
I
need
do
to
think
go
they need
ahead
to
and
go
shut
ahead and
down
shut
KD,
down
all
KD,
because
all
if you're
because
gonna
if you're
fight
gonna
to get
fight
him
to get
healthy
him
just
healthy
to
just to
go into the
go into
play-in
the
and be a
play in and
first
be a
exit
first
round
exit
team,
round
because I
team.
do
You're
Because
not
I
not
do
think
beating
y'all
not
can
think
beat
y'all
nobody.
the
can beat the
Thunder.
Thunder.
Exactly.
Exactly. I
I
do
do not
not
think y'all
think
can
y'all
beat
can
the
beat the
Thunder in a
Thunder in a
7-game
seven-game
series.
series.
I'm just being
I'm
honest.
just being
I
honest.
would have much rather see the Mavericks in the playoffs than
And
them.
And
speaking of
I
the
would
speaking of
much
the
rather see the
Mavericks,
Mavericks,
Clippers in the playoffs
they're
than them.
4-0
4-0
since Davis
since
has
Davis has
returned.
returned. So
I think the
I
last
That's the
think
time
the
we
thing,
last
talked
man.
time
to
I
him, he
People
saw
are
had
him play,
20
acting
Thompson
like, well,
had
look,
20 points or
Luka
something.
is a great offensive player. Do not get me wrong. He might be one of the 5 best offensive players in terms of just being able to get a goddamn bucket, get his team involved, get you 35 to 40, 50, 60, whatever. Luka's one of the best. However, Anthony Davis is the best two-way player in the NBA when he's healthy.
and I would
And
agree
I
with
would
that
So
agree
it's
with that because
crazy that people are
I agree
acting
with
like
that.
it was a if we can see AD, AD and Gafford and Kyrie all playing with PJ defensively, they're incredible.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be able, and then offensively they can get any bucket you want, bro. I'm really excited to see what they do next year, and I really want to see them in the playoff just so we can see some like good energy and good vibes going into the next season. I don't think they're going to do anything, but I want to see them in the playoffs for some reason. I don't know why, but I want to see them.
You know why?
Because none of my players, Kyrie, so I mean it's just about.
I mean, yeah, he's not playing this year. Yeah, that's right.
He's injured. So I mean, I just want to see them just for again, just to give them good energy for the next year. Say that look, even without how many injuries we went down, how many we still got in the playoffs because of how good we are as a team collectively.
Yeah, and
And we
credit
gotta give
to
credit
Anthony
to
Davis
Anthony
because
Davis because just
last
last
show
show we said
totally
we
disagree
totally
with his
disagree with
decision
his
of coming
decision of
back,
coming back,
but he
but
actually
he
proved us
actually
wrong
proved
because
us wrong because I mean
they're winning
they're
games.
winning games.
They're winning
They're
games.
winning games.
He's playing good basketball. Klay Thompson, I
Klay
think he had
Thompson,
a
I think he had
20 ball a
20
couple of
ball a
games
couple of
ago.
games
Yeah, he
ago.
had it just last night against the Bulls.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
they're
so
playing
they're
good
playing
basketball. They're not
They're
playing
not
bad.
playing
So
bad. So
I am
I
actually
am actually
interested to
interested to
see.
see
Spencer Dinwiddie went 14
Yeah,
11
yeah,
games.
Spencer didn't.
I love
That's what I'm saying.
And who I've been really liking to see play that no one talking about is that Kai Jones, that crazy ass nigga that played for the Hornets, that center they have, that athletic kid.
I'm gonna have to do
I'm
my
happy
I
to
like
see
Kai
Kai
Jones a
Jones.
lot, man. Check out everybody go check out that nigga. I think he is one.
And he plays for the
He
Mavs.
plays for the Mavs right now. I think another team needs to pick him up because as soon as Gafford and Lively comes back, I don't think he'll get any playing time, but he deserves to be on the court.
Okay, I'm gonna do
He
my
plays
research on
hard.
him.
He runs up and down. He's athletic as shit. He's just fucking crazy. You know, sometimes we look. Dennis Rodman was fucking crazy, but we deal with it.
Draymond's
Draymond's fucking crazy, but we deal with it. So I just think if a team, I would love him to come back to the Hornets. I think that'll be super dope playing with Mark Williams and him starting together with Brandon Miller, Melo, and I think that'd be an incredible five.
I want them to blow Melo up. I'm sorry. I'm ready to see Melo. If Melo comes back 100%, I want to see Melo go somewhere.
No! Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. I'm a
He
Hornets
wanted to
fan.
see Melo stay at the
Hornets fan.
Hornets.
Unless we get somebody back for him, I don't. I guess I got bro.
Melo is
performance
just talented. They need
Yeah,
to
look, just bring somebody with them. We have a really good young core.
They do.
Brandon Miller and Melo is a great backcourt.
Yep.
As soon as and B Miller's not even comfortable yet, and he's still coming out there giving you like 30, 40, 20, whatever. Like, I think as soon as he's healthy, can stay healthy is good. I like Miles Bridges, even though he beats women. I still like Miles Bridges as a player. We have to separate the art from the artist. And yes, he does beat every woman that he comes across. But
we don't support
the nigga can ball.
I don't like Miles
And
Bridges,
he
but
can
he
dunk
can
really well,
ball.
and I like that. So I want him to stay with us, especially playing with Melo. I like they have really good chemistry. And we don't know if he beats women. He's still playing. So either he beats women and the NBA don't care, or maybe he don't beat women. I don't know. I ain't gonna say he does or don't. So Miles Bridges, as a Charlotte Hornets fan, I'm sorry for saying that you allegedly beat women. Because who knows?
Allegedly, it's crazy when there's.
Did he get convicted?
He never got convicted, and I think that was what was more concerning. And he never got convicted, and they never took him off the team. So
They did suspend him. He was suspended for like they almost
oh, so they did
yeah,
suspend
for
him.
sure.
Okay. There was another player that was out there beating on women, and they actually don't play basketball.
The 3 charges for domestic violence. Okay, so he did get convicted. Um anyway. So yeah, I really want the Hornets. I really want the Hornets to be good. So let's just focus on that aspect. I really want them to be good, and we lose Melo. I don't know what we would fucking do. But if we could get one player.
What would be the one player that
I've been saying for a long time we need a really good 4-man. That's why I think if we got someone like a Nas Reed over, I would love somebody like just someone who can get their own bucket and basically pass it down, or you can drop it down and slow the bucket. Because when we get into the playoffs, when you get into those half-court games, like you got to have somebody that can just kind of get some bucket in that mid-range, low-range post. We're still very important, even though everybody's a guard game. I just think we need somebody like that. Like it doesn't necessarily be a Nas Reed. You can get somebody in the draft, that'd be amazing. But like a Cooper Flag type or somebody like that. But I just want we just need an elite 4-man. If we get an elite 4-man, we take it off, baby.
I do like Cooper Flag. I've been paying attention to him and other players.
He looks really. I watched the game the other night, bro. I think he solidified himself as the #1 pick. People were trying to going back and forth with him and Ace Bailey, but he solid. I think he is.
You said Ace Bailey?
Yeah, the nigga from Rutgers.
Okay.
He's good. He's a really good player. Don't get me wrong, but I just think Wade Cooper Flag plays on both ends.
I watched Cooper Flag, and I'm a fan.
I was one of those guys.
I'm a fan too.
I just think he solidified himself the way he's been playing in this March Madness. And I was thinking people were talking about these young players need to go to the G League, and I was all for getting into the G League before you go to college or maybe go play pros. But I really do think that the college game is extremely important. I think every player, I think most of our young players should be going to the college game. I get that the competition isn't going to be as good as like a G League or a pro team, but those playing in these big ass moments like March Madness, your body does not know the difference between going from playing in like a playoff game, a high intensity playoff game, and a March Madness game. Your body does not know that difference. But I think that in terms of the stakes, in terms of the attention that you get out of it, in terms of the the whole world is watching you play. And that's hard for an 18, 19-year-old kid. So if you're 18, 19 years old and you're playing in a March Madness game, you're getting buckets, playing a Elite Eight, a Final Four, I think that's more important to me than playing in these G League games. Even though you're playing against better competition in G League because it's the best of the best, so-called from the college, or if you're going to these pro games, but like no one gives a fuck. No one's watching those pro games. No one's watching those G League games. But everybody and their mama is watching you. Everybody is putting all this energy onto these kids for 40 minutes to play well. And some of them are fucking delivering, dropping like Cooper dropped 30 the other night. I think to me like that means more than a G League game, and I love to see it. So I was one of those people like a few years back, just watching this and thinking about it, especially with the NIL money now. It should be. I really do think every player. If you're like a LeBron James, then go to the NBA. You know, but if you're somebody like a Cooper Flag or somebody like a Ace Bailey, I think you should go to college and then play. Once you go to college, you should have to play 2 years,
right,
at least 2 years.
And I'm glad you brought up LeBron James because I was at work the other day, and one of my supervisors he brought up an amazing point, and I want to hear your take on it. So what he said was that the reason why it was so easy for LeBron James to be LeBron James. It's because around that time, let's be honest. When he was with the Cavs, what team in the East was in your opinion? What team in the East was
more.
I mean, I guess
A
a
competitive team.
competitive team.
Raptors, the Heat were really good back then. The Raptors again.
And we can
And
also
we
say
can
the
also say the
Celtics
Celtics
because
because
remember
remember
they
they
had
had
Ron
Ron
John.
John.
Well, it depends how far you go. But yeah, I mean, he had incredible playoff against the Celtics. The Detroit Pistons were a really good team back then as well. People want to sleep on the East. Don't get me wrong. Now the West collectively, from up and down, are really good. The East are usually top heavy. It's usually about the top 4 or 5 teams are usually your better teams, and then your bottom teams are usually just like terrible. You know,
So-
more than terrible. Where from the West, your bottom teams are still okay. You know, they're still mediocre.
Exactly.
They're better than the bottom East team. So everybody just assumes that the West is really good. But when you think about it in the last few years, it's been a lot of East teams that's been winning. Celtics, the Bucks. I mean, the Nuggets won, and the Warriors won, and then you go back and go to Cleveland won. So like, if you go back, it's a lot of East teams. So I mean, people act like the Raptors won a few years back. So people act like the East is weak, but the East be winning championships. So
I know his point was because he made a good point. Because I guess we were talking about Steph Curry in his role while he was in the West, and we're talking about LeBron and how his role in the East. And the point that he basically made that when LeBron was coming up playing in the East, he didn't have. It was so easy for him because he didn't have It was
It was easy for him to get to the finals, but the reason why he couldn't win is because of the teams that were coming out of.
See, I don't think that's 100% true because even if you think about the teams that LeBron had, that Cleveland team that LeBron led to the finals had no business being the goddamn finals. So that just shows you how great he was. Getting through, people don't understand. Like you said, the Raptors team that those couple years as well was extremely good, and they probably should have been the teams that come out of the East. But you had to get through LeBron. Like that's how great LeBron was. Like is that you could not you had to get through LeBron to get to those finals, get to that final. You just couldn't beat LeBron in 4 games. So I think when people say that the East was weak and the West was better, yeah, the West is a better overall better, but it does the East still has some of the best teams in the NBA always.
I mean, because like I told him, they still had the Celtics. I mean, don't get me wrong. I agree with him to a point because when you match his pathway and you match Curry's pathway. Curry pathway definitely was a little bit harder because around when Curry was coming up, who did he have over there in the West against the Lakers? Kobe was still playing at the time. He still had Dirk over there in Dallas.
It's still top heavy. So yeah, he had Thunder. He had to get through Thunder. You had to get through the Rockets. You had to get through the Spurs for a little bit during his reign.
They still had their top
just for a little bit though. He only kind of went through this for a few years, and then the Lakers were still very short-lived. But by the time Steph became, the Warriors were really getting into that world. Honestly, Kobe then was already kind of
Kobe was
coming off an injury.
I don't know if I really believe that. I really wouldn't say that Steph had a harder route. And I think people were just trying to find reasons to kind of take away from LeBron's greatness. I don't give a fuck how shitty the East is. You went to 10 straight finals. Like that doesn't make no goddamn sense. Yeah, bro, that doesn't make no goddamn sense. And if people even say, "Oh, he only won 4 of those," I don't care. He went to 10 straight. That's crazy.
It is crazy.
People would never go to the finals once and would never. You know how long it took Chris Paul to get to the finals? And he ain't never been back again.
Chris Paul.
Yeah, when he went to Suns. So I'm saying he went to 1 final. It took him all these years to go to 1. Talking about how great of a player Chris Paul is. He only went to 1 finals, and he was in the East and West. He was really. I mean, that's another thing. They had to go to the Clippers to the Warriors.
I think Chris Paul.
The reason why he just never made it because his timing was just never. Chris Paul definitely deserved.
He's one of those players who I wish that got a ring. Carmelo Anthony.
Guess what? You had to go through a LeBron era.
Definitely.
That's what I mean. You had to go through the LeBron era and you had to go through the Warriors era. And that's the difference between everything because Steph is amazing. I think Steph is arguably the best point guard in the world. But it's not the Steph Curry era. It's the Warriors era as a team, as a squad. Is what made them tough.
It was definitely the Warriors dynasty.
With LeBron, it's a LeBron era. no matter what team he was on besides the Miami Heat for those few years, it's what we gonna do about LeBron. Not what we gonna do about the Cleveland Cavaliers. What are we gonna do about the Lakers? It's what we gonna do about LeBron, and then we'll figure out what we can do about everybody
And
else.
that's a true statement because he's won a ring with all three teams. That's why.
Yeah, he had Kai. Yeah, he had K-Love, and people were talking shit about K-Love the other day, and I was pissed off about that too.
Why?
They were trying to say some reporter was saying that if Cooper Flag, if Kevin Love is Cooper Flag's comp, then that means that Cooper Flag's career will be a failure.
Absolutely.
And I don't think people understand how great Kevin Love was.
And people don't understand how important Kevin Love was to the Cavaliers winning that year.
He don't win.
He was very important.
That's what I'm saying.
He was very important.
He's one of those players who kind of changed. He helped change that game. If it wasn't for Kevin Love being such a crucial outlet passer, rebounder, and can spread the floor, I don't know if we would appreciate it.
If you ask me, he was the big three of the Cavs. It was LeBron, Kyrie, and Kevin Love. I damn sure don't count. What's Khloe Kardashian's baby father's name?
Yeah, it's definitely Tim Thompson ain't no big three. Nobody.
The idiot that I don't count nobody else.
Yeah, it was definitely Kevin Love. That's what I'm saying. So that's kind of crazy. People forget how great some of these players are. People get lost in that sauce too much and get in their head and they forget. Like,
Kevin Love definitely
if Cooper Flag has half the career that Kevin Love had, he had an amazing career. I mean, Kevin Love's a 2-time NBA champion. Fuckers, shut the fuck up.
And Cooper Flag, he's going to be okay. I don't want people to start doing that to these players that is about to come into the league. Because one thing y'all got to understand is like D'Angelo said, it's hard to average 15 points in the NBA. So to come out here and be a rookie and average, because I really do think Cooper Flag will be a number one draft pick. Where he goes is going to be very confusing. I mean, very interesting.
I know you like it out here.
I'm going to give where I think
he's going to go, and then you could too. But
I do
feel like Cooper Flag is going to be a number one draft pick. Bailey, I'm going to have to research him or whatever. I'm not really familiar with him, so I can't really, pinpoint where I think he'll enter in the draft.
He'll be the second pick.
Okay, so he's saying he'll be the second pick. He might be or whatever. I don't know the kid. I just know Cooper Flag. I've heard his name not happening up with March Madness, and I've been hearing a lot about Cooper Flag. So I'm interested to know where this kid lands. Interesting to know this kid really has what it takes. If I had to guess. What team really sucks right now? Because the good players always go to the suckiest teams. It's so stupid to me. I really feel like they should start making. I mean, I get it. But if you win the championship, I think you should get first pick on the draft.
No, I don't think that because that means they'll always be top heavy. But I think the bottom team should compete. You should play for the first
He definitely, because I just get tired of these shitty teams because I think the Jazz is shitty, the Wizards is shitty, and what's another team that's also shitty? Pelicans, I think. So you're going to give a Cooper Flag to one of these three teams? Fuck.
But that's the whole point to make that team better. You're trying to make it.
So where would you go out of those three teams? Where do you think he will be able to be a better fit? I'll even put the Hornets in there, but I don't want you to say the Hornets because I know that's like that. That's where you want him.
I don't know if he's going to be a 4 or 3. That's the thing. So I don't know if he should be on the Hornets because I don't think he is. I wouldn't put him. It depends if he's a 4. It really depends on who he plays. But I mean, I like him. Honestly, I like him with the because honestly, if I had to choose what team he should go to, I think he should probably go play. I don't know. I mean, the Jazz. I mean, it looks like the Jazz or the Pelicans are going to be the ones. I think the Jazz are going to probably get the number one pick, depending on what they get in the lottery. But I don't think it really matters because if he goes with the Jazz, it's going to be with Lauri Markkanen. And Lauri Markkanen is just a more experienced version of him. So I really don't think they would like how well they would mesh together. If he goes play over there with Zion, that might be pretty cool. 3 and 4, some Dookies coming together. But if he goes over to New Orleans, he will be injured. It's just going to happen. There's some weird voodoo out there. Maybe since he's a white boy, maybe it'll be a little different. But he going to New Orleans, he going to get injured. So I don't really want him to go over there. I don't know. I don't really care where he plays.
Playing in Washington alongside Chris Middleton.
They just got the last couple number one picks. That's the only reason why they just got Alex Sarr. And again, Alex Sarr is the same thing as him. So that's the thing. I was like, a lot of these players are so similar that it's like yeah, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
It's
what I'm
gonna
saying.
be
It's gonna be
hard
hard
to
to
really
really
place
place
Cooper
Cooper
Flag
Flag
into one of
into one
these
of these
shitty team
shitty team
lineup, and I
lineup, and I
do
do
mean shitty
mean
team
shitty team
because
because
Washington
Washington
with Wizards, I don't
Wizards, I
see
don't
where
see
the
where their
direction they're
direction they're
going.
going.
They really
They
need to
really
blow
need
up
to
that
blow up
team and
that team
figure
and
out
figure
some
out
sense of
some sense of
direction on where
direction
they're
on where
going
they're going
because
because
these last
these
couple of
last
years
couple of
they have
years they
not
have
been a
not been a
playoff.
playoff.
And
And
I feel like
I feel
Jordan
like
Poole
Jordan
is just
Poole
too
is
much
just
of a
too much
good
of a good
player
player
to be
to
over
be
there
over
just
there just
drowning. Like
drowning.
they
Like
got to
they
get
got
him
to
some
get him
help.
some help.
He don't play. He don't. Who cares? Jordan Poole is the number one option. He'll never be a number one option. So
And
And
that's the
that's
issue. And
and
then
then
who else you
who
say? You
else?
say
So you say
Utah
Utah
Jazz and
Jazz and
then New
then New
Orleans.
Orleans.
New Orleans
New
will be
Orleans
a
will
good
be a
fit
good
because I
fit
feel
because
like
I feel like
Zion definitely
Zion
do need
definitely
some
do need
help.
some
But
help. But
like you said,
like you
there is
said, there is
some
some
crazy voodoo
crazy
going
voodoo
over there
going over
where
there
players
where
are
players
getting
are
hurt.
getting hurt.
Weird.
Weird.
But
But
CJ
CJ
McCollum's still over
McCollum's
there,
still over
right?
there, right?
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
So
So
if I was
if
the
I was the
Thunder, I would
Thunder, I would
definitely try
definitely
to
try
get
to
Cooper
get Cooper
Flag
Flag
just
just
for sense of
for
purpose
sense
that
of
he
purpose that
might
he
be a
might be
better
a
fit
better
for that
fit for that
team.
team.
I don't know
I don't know what other team is out there that
really
really
ass
adds
to the point
to the
where
point where
they could be
they
in a
could be in a
running
running
for
for
a top
a
top pick.
top pick.
But
But
I would want
I
to
would
see
want to
him
see
go to
him go to Washington
Washington just to see
just to
what they
see
can
what they
do.
can do.
But
But
I don't see
I don't
that
see that
happening
happening,
either. Especially if you
especially
said
if
that
you
they've
said
had
they've
a
had
number one
number
pick
one
these
pick.
last couple of years.
Here.
I don't see
I
that
don't see that
happening
happening
either.
They
either.
just got. I'm pretty sure it was either them or Hawks. But I'm pretty
Hawks.
sure they got Alex Sar was the number one pick last year. I think so.
And
Yeah.
Let's
let's
talk
talk
about the
about the
Hawks.
Hawks.
If the
If the
Hawks
Hawks
go into
go
the
into the
play-in, which
play-in,
they
which they
probably
probably
will,
will, they
Alex
go
Sar
to
is
the
number one. The Zacharias was number one.
Okay.
so yeah, if
So
the
yeah, if
Hawks
the
go
Hawks
into the
go into the
play-in
play-in
again this
again this
year,
year,
which I think
which
they
I think they
will,
will,
they're
and
No,
they're a
first round
first round
no.
exit.
No, don't be speaking mad at my people. They're in the 7th seed right now. You got the best point guard in the NBA. They lost. I mean, like again, the Hawks are one of those teams that I love only because of Trae Young. He's my favorite point guard in the NBA. And I just think they're playing okay. Like the new kid is playing like Zach. He had 36 last night. I mean, and no one's talking about that. He's coming into his own really well. I mean, Trae Young is still going to be a double-double.
Yeah, but the issue that I'm having with the Hawks is that they're only playing to compete in the play-in. They've been in the play-in last year. They were in the play-in the year before
They
that.
ain't got nobody. They would have been. They would have been a top 4, top 5 seed
So should
if what's the
they?
name stayed healthy.
So should they try to get Cooper Flag?
No.
why do you
Why
say
do you
no?
still know? I mean,
We already got.
you think they need help?
They got a good wing. They already have a really good wing. They
Okay.
got Dyson Daniels on the other side.
Okay.
And then you got a really good four-man already. You already got the number one pick. So it really depends. Do you not believe in your number one pick from last year? If you don't believe in your number one pick, then yeah. But there's no reason to. I think the Hawks just one of those teams that just they lost their besides Trae Young, they lost their best option.
Okay. Which is Murray.
No. I'm talking about. Okay, I'm blanking right now. But what's his name? Wait a second. God, why am I blanking?
Yeah, because
I don't know. That's what I need to keep up. I got to research.
I'm
Researching
researching
the Hawks tonight.
The Hawks lineup.
Yeah, Jalen Johnson. I'm not freaking lost him, but yeah, Jalen Johnson was an All-Star this year, in my opinion. So you lost an All-Star caliber player. Your number one pick is becoming. It's going to take a little time for these young players to get in there, and he's going to take. Dyson Daniels is playing out of his mind. Yeah, defensively. So he's probably the deep boy, but he's definitely going to finish with the most steals in the season. So I mean, just one of those things where I think they have everything they really need. I think they get a better five because Clint Capella is just
Phil Lawson came to the Hawks. He was a good option. I think
he played the Raptors. I feel like,
he's just getting older. That's all.
Yeah,
this is how it works.
I feel that.
Depends on that young African guy. That young African kid's pretty good. But I mean, they just. I think I don't. There's no reason to blow the team up. I think for them, they just need to get a couple pieces to go fit with Trae Young. But I think they would have been a top 4, top 5 team in the East this year if Jalen stayed healthy.
Yeah, I think so too. I really want to see where the Hawks can be, like how good of a team they can be. Because I do feel like Trae Young is way too good to be constantly competing in a play-in every year.
It's been the last few years. I mean, he was just in the finals 5 years ago. So the Western Conference Finals 5 years ago. So I mean,
he was.
It's just been the last few seasons.
A lot of people.
He was injured. The DeJounte Murray experiment didn't go as planned. So I mean, it's one of those things where the organization is making bad moves. It's not something that they're doing. If they start making they make one or two good moves, it's a different.
I agree. Now we talk about one of the good moves. We all know about
their trade when Trae Young came into the league. Do you think that if they would have kept Luka, that the Hawks
Would have been
exactly the same.
same thing? Okay.
Luka does not play no defense. It doesn't matter. Luka, I don't care how
And
many
I would have
points
to
Luka
agree with you on
gets.
that. I think it'll be
They've done the same thing. The only
thing.
difference is Luka got to a finals, but he had Kyrie Irving on by his side. Trae Young hasn't been to a final. That's the only difference between their resumes, in my opinion. I don't think. I honestly think
because neither one of them have a league MVP.
Because Luka doesn't have one, but he, he's led. I mean,
he has been in the running
a couple of times, but he has never won.
That's just because everybody just wants him to be.
Exactly.
They want him
I
to
agree
be
with
the
that.
MVP. I just don't see it because he's just not. For me, like I said, you don't. I've never met a. There was never been an MVP in history who did not play defense. I don't. So I would never give him MVP. He would never be MVP in my mind. As long as Tatum's out there playing great defensively and still giving you 30, as long as Shea's still giving you 30, as long as Jokic is out there competing hard and still giving you a triple double, he will never be an MVP for me until he plays
and I would have to
on
agree
both
with him on
ends.
that. Definitely agree with him on that. I've always said that I think that would be the Lakers' biggest downfall is because
Luka does not play defense,
and when the playoffs coming around,
depending on who the Lakers get the first
Gonna
round,
eat that nigga up. He's
you have to play defense in the playoffs. You can't.
everybody in the playoffs bends Luka over on that end. They choose him, they pick him out, and they bend him over. Yeah, I said it, bend him over.
That's belt to ass. That's what happens because he does.
He gets work, and
that's
what I'm saying. If
any
they are number 3, so they're most likely playing the number 14, which will be Memphis.
No, not Memphis. Who's 4? If the Lakers is 3, who's 4? Because Memphis is 5.
I thought it was the Grizzlies.
I thought it was.
No, I think it's.
No, it's the Thunder, Rockets, Lakers.
Lakers are 4, Grizzlies are 5.
So who's
the Nuggets?
Forgetting about the Nuggets. So it would be the Lakers and Memphis playing in the first playoffs today.
So I do think the Lakers can beat Memphis because they did it before, but the difference with this team is now.
They won last night, right?
Okay, the Lakers beat the Memphis Grizzlies last night. Thank you. But yeah, I do think the Lakers can beat the Grizzlies in the first round. So I think that would be the Grizzlies.
It's kind of crazy how good Austin Reeves has been playing. So I think it's.
And that's why
I'm gonna keep shouting him out every year. I'm gonna shout him out all the time too. He's been playing.
Because if we go back to his couple of games, where was?
I mean, he out just to be on the same court as Luka Doncic and LeBron James and outscore both of them last night. That's just.
That's why I said Austin Reeves is definitely
was not drafted. Y'all get that? He wasn't drafted, and he is a third option playing against two that people will say one is the greatest player that ever played this game, and the other is arguably one of the greatest players to play this game, and they pass him the ball.
And I wish the Warriors.
I can only imagine being Austin Reeves. I think that'd be dope. They need to go with a story about this nigga.
I really wish the Warriors would have picked up Austin Reeves, but that just goes to show you
the Warriors organization and the Lakers organization. Because the Lakers,
he went to the right place. I don't think he would have got the same.
He would because around that time Klay Thompson was still on the team.
He probably would have got more PO play over Podensky.
Yeah.
I think if you see him in practice and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see. I think he went to the right place.
He did because when you get to learn from LeBron James. And
Anthony Davis, you have to say he played with Anthony Davis. You can learn from LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
You can be a hell of a player coming down, going down for years to come. So Austin Reeves is definitely going to be their key to winning the playoffs. Like I said, I do feel like the Lakers can beat the Grizzlies in a 7-game series. They did last year. I do feel like they'll do it again this year because I just don't see nobody really defending LeBron and Luka for 7 games. Granted, Luka can't play defense, but you still also have to guard him. So he doesn't drop the points that he drops. I don't see nobody guarding him over. I see Ja, playing a little bit of defense, but Ja doesn't play that much defense. He does play. I'm not gonna shoot my boy in the face. He can do a chase down block here and there. And so far, he's
who say Brian don't play no defense?
No, Ja.
Ja, yeah. I mean, Ja plays defense. I think he plays hard.
He does play defense.
He plays hard.
I just don't see him guarding Luka. But he's not. I'm not saying he's not up for the challenge.
I mean, the only reason why he don't want to guard Luka is because he's too small. Luka's 6'9".
Exactly.
But I mean, he's still going to play hard. I think him and Jaren Jackson's probably going to do a lot. Jaren Jackson's probably going to play a lot. Probably going to do a lot of Desmond Bane.
And they got a rookie over there too. Memphis, they got a rookie over there too. His center. I don't know if he
Yeah,
is.
Jalen Wells.
Yeah,
he's
he's pretty decent
So
too.
I
So
feel
I
like
feel like
he'll
he'll
also be the
also be
key
the
for
key
them
for them
too.
too.
Because
Because
I
I
don't
don't
know his
know his
game. I'm
game.
gonna
I'm gonna
have
have
to
to
really
really
research
research
him.
him.
You said
You said
Jalen
Jalen
Wells.
Wells.
No, yeah, he's really good. He's a good rookie.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
have
gonna
to
have to
research him
research
just
him
because I
just
want to
because I
know
want to know
what's
like
his
what's his
numbers and
numbers
like.
and like.
But I
But I
definitely feel
definitely feel
like
like
he can
he can
help the
help the
Memphis give
Memphis
the
give
Lakers
the
a run for
Lakers a
their
run for
money.
their money.
And he
And
might
he
actually
might
be the
actually be the
key
key
too. You
too.
will
You
never
will
know,
never
but
know, but
I do
I
think
do
that the
think that the
Memphis and
Memphis and
Lakers will
Lakers
be a
will be a
rematch
rematch
series,
series,
just
just
depending
depending
on
on
The
you know
Grizzlies just need an elite wing.
they
they
do.
do.
I don't
And
know. They
we
got
say that
Ja, they got Jaren Jackson.
they fired their coach.
I like Desmond Bain, but they just need like a 3-man that can just play really hard defensively, but also get you a bucket. That's what they need. They need a real good 3, and then there'll be something different. They probably will never get that done.
So here's another
I'm just
question. I'm
gonna
just
throw
going
it
to
out
throw it
there.
out there. I mean, because
Realistically
realistically
speaking,
speaking,
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
this could
this
happen
could
just
happen
because
just
the
because the
Memphis
Memphis
are
are
they're good
they're
in the
good.
West. Do you
Do you
see
see
Memphis
Memphis
getting
getting?
Cooper? I
I
mean,
mean,
no,
no,
you
you
don't
don't
see it
see it
happening,
happening,
but
but
would
would
that
that
be
be
a
a
piece
piece
for them?
for them?
If it was
If it was
possible for them
possible
to
for
get
them to
Cooper
get Cooper
Flag,
Flag,
do you
do
see
you
them
see
like?
them like?
Would you?
Would you suggest them to
Cooper
take
Flag
Cooper
will be a
Flag?
plus for anybody.
Okay.
I don't. I think you put him on any team, he'll be a. He's just one of those. He's too versatile of a player. So I think he'd be good on any team. To be honest with you,
That's fair. That
the
is
question
definitely
is what team is going to be good for him. I think that's always key. We always talk about what team is good. What team can need that player, but it depends where that player can go. Like I said, like I just said, Austin Reeves, Lakers was a great choice for him. He was able to grow, able to get
he definitely was able to grow.
playing time. You learn from the right people. You know, whoever you get drafted, you can change the trajectory of your career.
Yep.
No matter how good you are, you could be look at somebody like a Ben McLemore or like a Mike James, and like
Or is good. He plays for
he don't play for nobody no more. He's overseas now.
but he was on the Pacers.
Yeah, he played on the Pacers. He was on the Kings. He was on me, but he was one of those really. He's just a good player. Look at, I mean, I hate Rashard McCants as a person, but as a player, Rashard McCants was incredible. So it's crazy to see how his career just kind of didn't go nowhere. And like I said, it's all about the team, the community, things like that. Jeff Key talks about that shit all the time about how because him and that Brandon Jennings beef right now, he's saying the only difference between you and a lot of these other players is that you got an opportunity.
I don't even know why Brandon Jennings is even talking.
He just wants
like
attention.
I saw that too. And I'm not trying to disrespect any players out there, but I'm gonna just keep it real with some of these NBA players. I feel like some of these NBA players should shut the fuck up if you have not been to a championship. I mean, to a final, and if you ain't got no ring.
I
I
feel
feel like you cannot comment on nobody else's game flow or anything if you ain't done nothing for the league at all. And Brandon Jennings, no disrespect to you, brother, but you ain't done nothing. I mean, I'm just being honest. I can't remember what team he played for. I just know his name.
He just think. I mean, he was a trail. Don't get me wrong. Brandon Jennings was a trailblazer.
Yeah.
I mean, he changed how most players
remember him.
I mean, he was the first player to dip out of college and go overseas. He came in. He dropped 55 his rookie year. But it was between him and him and Steph had that big battle for a few months in that rookie year. He played really good with Detroit. I mean, he just got injured. I mean, Brandon Jennings was one of the ones. Don't get me wrong. But it's just like one of those things where you know where your career went. You know what your career is. You know what some of these players are. Jeff Teague was an incredible player in this league and was on a really good team.
He was.
So he went through deep playoff rounds.
He was.
He was a key point in a lot of really big teams. But for Brandon Jennings, unfortunately, was never a big key point. And then somebody like Drew Holiday, his resume speaks for himself. I mean, I don't even know why you even bring Drew Holiday up.
And Drew Holiday
is a two-time NBA champion.
Yes.
Shut the fuck up. He's usually the best defensive player on the court, and he's incredibly good on offensively.
And
come on now.
To be honest, him and Porzingis is the reason why I feel like the Celtics can actually do a two-peat this year. I don't see no team beating that starting five, especially with a Derek White coming off the bench.
He don't come off the bench.
He might be starting.
Payton Pritchard come off the bench. He's really good.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I don't see no team really beating them in a 7-game series. So yeah, I need Brandon respectfully to shut the fuck up. Respect. No disrespect to you, but respectfully, please shut up. Please.
No disrespect, but respectfully, disrespectfully, shut the fuck up, my nigga.
But for real though, like my cousin, your resume, but I'm still not impressed with your resume because there ain't no championship ring on
With
there.
all due respect, You are a fuck nigga. No, that's why. I'm just playing. But anyway, so all right, enough basketball talk. I want to ask you quick. We're almost done with the season. With the podcast. We're almost at the hour mark. So I just wanted to ask because I was thinking about it. I was at the grocery store with my girl, and I saw a chick. We get all her groceries out and just put her cart off to the side. And I was like, ugh. That's the first thing I thought. Ugh. That's gross to me. And I reason why I know it's harsh, but again, that is a huge red flag to me. And I started thinking, it's like, some people may not even think that's a red flag. And it might just be a weird thing for me. So I was wondering, Alicia, what is one of those things in your mind that if you saw a girl do, that would automatically turn you off and be like, you know what? And again, it's probably something small to everybody else, but it's big to you. Do you have, like I said, mine is that car. If I see a girl put a car off to the side and don't take the initiative just to walk a little bit further, you're done to me. You're done. And maybe because I work retail. And I've never worked at a grocery store, nothing like that. I never had to put carts up, but like I've had to put, clothes. I've had to put games away in a different area. I used to work at Best Buy. I've had to put, appliances in a different spot because customers wanted it and then didn't want it. So I've been through these annoying things, so I see how people are. And just to see somebody does not give a fuck about anybody else. I mean, some girls will put it in the other's parking spot. And then the cart space will be 2 spots over. I'm like, what's wrong with you as a human being? You can't walk over there and put your goddamn cart up.
Oh, no lie, I did that last night, and the only reason why I did it last night.
Oh, you one of them people?
I am.
Oh,
and the only reason why because normally I don't do, because let me tell you a couple things I think about when you leave the cart there. I think about another car hitting that cart, and I think about the cart going out into traffic. So that's why I try not to do it. But the reason why I did it last night, because I got irritated with the parking lot. So let me tell you, a pet peeve of mine, and my shorty will tell you, I do not like a dirty ass parking lot. I get it, it's the fucking ground. But if I pull up to a pump and the pump is dirty, where there's shit all over the ground, old food, trash, I'm moving. And that was the case last night. I did not want to walk past the pile of food that was right there with the cart.
No, I had a dirty gas station.
I'm gonna leave it there, and I felt bad for leaving it, but that's one of my pet peeves. I do not like a dirty ass parking lot. Like that's our business establishment. That's the first thing people see. Your trash can full, your parking lot. That means you don't take care of your store. That means your bathroom is dirty. So that's my pet peeve. But a turn on for me with a female is really just two. Number one, don't ever lie. Oh yeah. Once a female lie to me, blank me in my face, I can no longer trust you. I no longer respect you.
But before you even meet, like if you just saw a girl out doing something, you didn't even talk to her yet, but you just saw her doing something, and you were just like, no, I can't.
A girl with a nasty attitude for no reason. That's what it does. I can't stand a pretty girl who's just bad from here.
I'll go to a Bojangles. But because every time I go to a Bojangles, I go to a cashier. I feel like every cashier in the hood got a nasty ass. I can't even talk.
And that's so true. Do not go to Bojangles off of Sunset Road, Oakdale Road.
This may sound racist, but I only go to white Bojangles.
And I need to find some of those. And that's real bad because
country. If you go to a Bojangles, you gotta go to the country. If you go to a little country little town with all those just little white ladies out there that just wanted a little part-time job,
they have the best food, and you get fresh food. You
want a biscuit with that? You know what, Brenda? I do want a biscuit with that. Thank you, Brenda.
I can't stand going to a Bojangles and I'm asking Shorty, can you make my food fresh? Because my girl, she'll tell you right now, she will get mad if she asks for fresh food and you don't get fresh food. And I get it because I always asking for you to drop fresh chicken, fresh fries, two fresh biscuits, and a fresh pie. That's it. We'll wait for 15-20 minutes. We want the fresh food. We're paying for it. So I think what turns me off for any female that I have not met is their attitude. Like if your attitude is simply nasty, I know.
If you saw them talking to a cashier,
and it was
you done.
I don't want to get to know you. I don't want to know your name. I'm just gonna be like, you have an attitude.
How cute you are.
Yeah, I really don't. I don't care. You can be the baddest bitch ever, but your attitude to me, it speaks more volume than your looks, because you can be a bad bitch, something good to walk next to, but are you somebody good to talk to? And
not grow with.
Exactly, and it's definitely a female.
If you ain't put your card up, I can't grow with.
He would.
I can't grow with. I can't do nothing with you.
If you have a nasty attitude and you a bad bitch, I can't grow with you. I have to. Bye-bye, bitch. Oh my goodness. But listen, y'all, before we end tonight's show, I don't know if you've been I've been screenshotting him, sending him text messages all night, all hours of the night. I be checking YouTube channel and we are almost at 200 views on our last little thing. That means y'all are watching the show and only 15% is in the United States.
Appreciate you saying.
So that's really good. Only 50% in the United States. That's really good. So
5 of y'all that are watching this, thank you.
We really do appreciate the love. I mean, it may be small numbers and small numbers to y'all, but it's big numbers to us because, like he said, we only been doing this for 7 weeks or whatever. We only got 3 episodes out. Yeah, 5, and we only got 3 episodes out. So to know the 3rd episode and the 3rd clip got us to almost 200 views is amazing. So keep subscribing. Go to YouTube.
Get better. We're going like I'm trying to get more consistent. I'm
definitely
posting clips, getting cut up. You know, we got full-time jobs out.
We do.
You know, I'm trying to
for fucking now.
So it's tough out here. So just bear with us. You're gonna grow with us. Like I said, call. I'm gonna text every goddamn time. Call in, ask us questions. We will give you advice on anything you want. Look, I done told you how much I hate niggas party. I can talk about other stuff too. You got.
If you disagree, come in.
I want to know what y'all. If you see a man or a woman do something down in public,
comment on what's your next topic you want us to talk about. Anything. We'll talk about anything.
Talk about anything. Ain't everything. People. Let's do this. But yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna see y'all next week. Appreciate y'all for showing up. Keep showing up.
Keep showing up. Follow our YouTube page, Instagram page. Follow our pages. If you can't find a page, look in our bio.
We're gonna maybe get a TikTok. I don't know. We getting crazy out here.
We gonna get something, but we are, like I said, we're growing. We're getting, getting this thing going. So help us grow. Help us support because I want y'all to know nobody around us will be around us when we're up at the top if you ain't up while we at the bottom. I want everybody to know that, and I mean that shit. I don't care if you my friends, family, whatever. If you're not rocking with us right now while we, slowly moving up, when we start getting to that level where I know where we can reach, don't start try to be around us now. We're not doing none of that shit. I'm gonna keep you at the same distance you kept me when we started. So show love, support us, because all we're gonna do, we're just 2 niggas trying to make it. And this has been another podcast.
Yeah, I like that. All right, I'm gonna be right. That's a title name right there. I think 2 niggas trying to make it. Exactly. Peace.